Hi, welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm glad you stayed with us. We're now going to talk with an organization that's been around quite a while and has done some incredible work in helping the school kids of our community. We're going to be talking with Schoolhouse Supplies, and here to represent Schoolhouse Supplies is Alice Forbes, the Executive Director. Thanks for being here, Alice.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here. As I talked to you earlier today, I drive by Schoolhouse Supplies current location, almost every day, and I kind of know what you do, but maybe you can share with me and our viewers a little bit more about how you got started and what the mission is of Schoolhouse Supplies.
So we were founded in 1999 by a Portland Public School parent who saw the need for school supplies in the classroom. So it's as simple as that. Our mission is to provide free school supplies to students who need them.
And that is simple, but it's very much a need, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
How much of a need is there in the Portland school system? What do you know about that?
In Portland Public Schools, which is a little more affluent than some of the other neighboring school districts like Park Rose and David Douglas, about 50% of the kids live in poverty.
Wow.
So half of the kids in Portland Public Schools qualify for free and reduced lunch.
And so you serve that area, but do you serve outside of the Portland Public Schools area as well?
We do. We, through our free store for teachers, we reach Portland Public Schools mostly, but through special arrangements, we have a volunteer voucher program I can talk about later. Other districts are able to come shop.
Okay.
And we also do the KGW school supply drive in the summer. And those supply and monetary donations also support districts outside of Portland Public Schools.
Okay.
And we have other initiatives as well coming up that serve other districts.
More money that comes in, the more supplies that come in, the more you can serve, I imagine, right?
Absolutely. It's all about resources.
Yeah. So as the executive director, do you have a lot of people that work for you? Is this mostly a volunteer organization? How many people does it take to do this work?
Yeah, it takes thousands of volunteer hours.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we have 6 paid staff.
Okay.
And
which isn't very much, really.
Which isn't very much, and we spend a lot of time fundraising. And we sort of man the store, if you will. I mean, we're there all the time, and we're there to unlock the door and lock it at night to let our volunteers in. And we have an amazing team of super highly trained volunteers that actually work the store. So when teachers come to shop, they're the folks that welcome them and show them how it works.
So if say I wanted to become a volunteer for Schoolhouse Supplies, what would I need to do?
You would contact us. All the information about volunteering is on our website, www.schoolhousesupplies.org.
Okay.
And there's all sorts of different volunteer opportunities.
Okay.
So you can come one time and help us out with a particular task, or you can come on a regular basis and greet teachers in the store. And we also do a lot of group volunteer engagement. So local business might decide they need a little team building activity, so they bring their employees and they'll help us unpack boxes and sort pencils and stock the shelves.
See, that's great when you have a lot of different kinds of volunteer opportunities like that, because people want to help. Most people want to do something to help the community, but when you have those options that, okay, I can do it for just this weekend, I'm free. Or, now I find out I have every Friday free, so that's great to have those different kinds of opportunities.
Oh yes, we have an opportunity for everybody.
Good. You welcome them all.
We do, yes.
You mentioned something about the free store for teachers. Tell me what that is, how that works.
Well, the free store for teachers was our first program, and the purpose is still the same, to get free school supplies into the hands of teachers so they can take those supplies back to the classroom for their students. The free store is open during the school year, most weeks. We are closed on school holiday weeks and a couple other weeks for kind of maintenance and that sort of thing. We're open Tuesday through Thursday from 1 to 6.
Okay.
And you need to have either a Portland Public School teacher ID or a voucher, which is earned through volunteering.
Oh, wow, that's
And
great.
so a parent in a school in, say, Reynolds School District might volunteer and earn vouchers for their student's teacher.
Oh, wonderful. Now, you brought a video that kind of gave a really good feel for the whole feeling of the organization. Maybe we could take a look at that so everybody else can feel their heartstrings tugged like I did when I saw it. Let's take a look at that now.
the families in our community are struggling.
And in a lot of our schools, the level of poverty is such that they're worried about having shoes that actually fit their feet.
Kids recognize when they don't have things.
Throughout the year, school supplies get used up.
If a student shows up without the supplies they need, they're already operating from behind.
I wish people could see the faces of my students. Like if they could see what it looks like when a kid gets a backpack full of school supplies, everyone would want to make that happen.
It impacts not only the child, but the family, the classroom, and larger scale, because when you do something kind for others, kids begin to want to reflect that as well.
I can tell you that without Schoolhouse supplies, I wouldn't be able to do my job.
It's bringing supplies into all of our classrooms.
They need these supplies, they need these materials.
Any little bit, it all adds up.
You're not donating so much product as you're donating learning.
I count on the community caring.
It's everything to us.
The children that live next door to you are benefiting from that.
So donate, give, because it immediately goes into the classrooms and provides for kids, all kids.
I see it every day. I see it in kids who, at the beginning of the year, wouldn't write anything. And then when they know they're gonna have their own brand new, like super nice notebook and all their own pens and pencils and their own pencil case, and then when they believe that and they feel it, then they start producing this extraordinary work. It's unreal.
The kids that we're teaching are gonna be your doctors, nurses, and caretakers.
Do we want some of our kids to succeed? Or do we want all our children to succeed?
And why would you not want to help those kids who are going to go on and do great things?
Okay, that's the second time I've seen it, and I'm still choked up. It's really, really important for kids to go to school with enough supplies. It's embarrassing for them if they don't have them.
It is.
And how can you do their job, which is to learn, if they don't have them?
Right. Well, it's hard. You can't do your job without the right tools, and I know I can't. And
Right.
I know if I show up like for an interview like this, and I don't have the right notes in front of me and haven't had an opportunity to prepare with the right tools,
Right.
you don't feel right. You don't feel like you can do your job. And I think all adults know what it's like to have the right tools to do their job.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we forget that kids need to learn and they need to grow so that they can be a great contributor to our community. And really our mission is as simple as making sure that kids have pencils to write with and notebooks to write in and the tools they need in school.
Tell me about the kids. Do you have direct interaction with the kids ever, as far as the ones that are actually receiving?
We do.
Yeah.
We certainly have a lot of contact with the kids at Madison High School
Yes.
because we are housed in the basement under the gym at Madison High School.
You're in the basement. Yeah, I knew that's where you were. But I didn't know you were in the basement.
So people are looking for us. That's where they can find us.
Okay.
And our Tools for Schools backpack program is a place where we do interact directly with kids.
Okay.
Of course, normally we're interacting with teachers in the free store for teachers, but with Tools for Schools, we're actually in the school on the first day of school handing out backpacks full of school supplies to children who need them.
I think you brought some pictures of that too. Maybe we can be looking at those. The backpack program must bring a lot of smiles.
Oh, yes.
So any kid that qualifies for, or how does that work?
So again, it's a resource issue. So we are currently looking for sponsors for this coming school year, which starts at the end of August in Portland. And right now, the schools that are eligible to be sponsored are Portland Public Schools, kindergarten through 5th grade, and kindergarten through 8th grade schools that have 65% or more of the students qualify for free and reduced lunch.
And unfortunately, that's a lot.
It is a lot of
percentage.
schools, yes. And right now, we just updated that list on our website. So we have a number of schools already sponsored, but we're still looking for sponsors so that we can get every one of those schools covered.
So the kids then can get the backpack, and it's full of supplies.
It is. It's got pencils and notebooks and rulers and
I can't imagine.
those cute little pencil pouches.
Yeah. We
all
still
love,
want,
yeah.
Everybody loves the old pencil pouches. So you say you're looking for a sponsor. So this would be any business who might want to, or individual, I suppose, too, that wanted to help support that. You'd be open to.
Yes, and it's a really fun kind of sponsorship because there's also a employee engagement component to it. So this year, we've had different models over the years, and this year the model is that on the first day of school, or maybe the night before the first day of school, it depends on the school and what kind of activities they already have planned, that back to school event. The sponsors' employees will come to the school and set up sort of an assembly line. So they'll work with each student to choose the color backpack they want, and then sort of go down the assembly line and fill it with pencils and the notebooks and the rulers and all the other supplies.
Oh, and how gratifying that would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you saying then that like say if MetroEast wanted to sponsor a backpack night or day or whatever, they would be paired with a school, or they would?
Yes. Yeah. We have a list of schools, and some have longtime sponsors who always re-up right away and make sure that they still get that school. And we have other schools that still need sponsors for this coming year. And we try to secure those sponsors actually in the next about 5 or 6 weeks, so that the school has plenty of notice and they can let parents know that their kids will have supplies this school year.
Good. Oh, that would be such a relief for the parents, I'm sure. So this picture here that we have here, this is the free
That's
store.
the entrance.
So this is the basement?
That's the basement, the free store for teachers, and our offices and our warehouse.
Everything all in one
and
place.
And our volunteer work area are all behind the door.
Love it. Okay. And
that's the free store. There's a teacher looking for markers.
What a relief for some of them to.
Yeah, and
so teachers end up spending a lot of their own money on that stuff, and
they do.
Don't get paid enough to do that.
Teachers spend, I think it's about $1,750 is the national average on school supplies or supplies for their classrooms each year.
Wow.
There is a happy writer.
Yes, I have a new pencil. I love it.
This is one of the many thank you notes that we get from students.
Written and colored in with supplies on the paper and everything, probably.
It's a really nice one.
Yeah,
it's a really nice letter and really lovely little illustrations.
I love that. That's great. Plus, it's great to teach the kids to write those thank you notes.
And here's the Tools for Schools program. So here's a group of corporate volunteers handing out backpacks on the first day of school.
Oh, I want the orange one. I want the yellow. Yeah, yellow and green.
Yeah, it takes some time to hand them out.
Now, what is this? Oh,
this is a photo from this year's Celebrity Spelling Bee, which was held in February.
This is hilarious.
And we have, for the 16 years of our history, held a Celebrity Spelling Bee as our largest fundraising event of the year. And we have local celebrities in an authentic spelling bee. And this year's winner was Baron von Gulow, who is the mayor of Fright Town, which is a Halloween attraction at the Memorial Coliseum. It's a pretty big deal.
Is that him there?
And that is Baron, yes, and our 2 MCs from this year. And so it's quite a dramatic trophy you get.
Yeah, that's a huge trophy. So where is that held?
This year we held it at the Portland Art Museum, and in the next few weeks we'll announce the location and the date for next year's event.
So people can kind of watch for that, mark their calendars.
They can, yeah, it's a fun event.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. I always love spelling bees. Don't ask me to, do any math, but I like the spelling bees. So, do you need sponsors for those kind of events too?
Yes, the Celebrity Spelling Bee is definitely made possible by sponsors. So this year's Celebrity Spelling Bee was presented by Fred Meyer, who has been a long-time, really fantastic supporter of Schoolhouse supplies. And we're really pleased that they were our presenting sponsor this year.
You can't do it without the sponsors and the volunteers, can you? They're both.
You need them all.
Yeah, they're so important.
And there are lots of sponsorship opportunities at the Celebrity Spelling Bee. A lot of opportunities for local businesses and individuals to get their name out there and show their support kind of visibly and publicly.
Right. And who doesn't like an organization that supports the kids and the community, right? So that's
it's usually an easy sell. But you still have to ask.
Yeah, that's right. So here you are asking. So people, if the organization or a business out there wants to get their name out there a little bit and show that they do support the community, Schoolhouse Supplies would be happy to have them as a sponsor.
Yeah, we would. And we have lots of different opportunities to talk about.
Okay. So you've got, and then the Tools for Schools, that's a backpack program that also businesses can be involved in as sponsors, and they can actually get that hands-on interaction with the kids and actually see those smiling faces when they.
Yeah, that is a really nice way to engage your employees.
Yeah.
You know, if your employees are available to volunteer on a school day like that at the beginning of the school year,
team building,
it's really enriching.
Yeah.
And sponsoring the Celebrity Spelling Bee is a great opportunity for employees as well, because they get to have a fun evening, enjoy a little entertainment with the funny celebrity spellers, have some good food.
Yeah, laugh at the people that get, miss the really easy words.
There are no easy words, I must
really?
say.
Are they all,
yes.
are they all tough
I am
ones?
not a master speller, but I
Do you
didn't
remember
think I was very
what the
bad.
winning word was last year?
Oh, it was just a few weeks ago. Oh, I should remember, but we do have that listed on our website.
Do you?
It was a
check
word.
it out.
I think it was a word I'd never heard.
Really?
Yes.
That would be
They're hard words.
okay.
Check them
I'm
out.
not really that interested then. So, what is your biggest need then? Is it volunteers, sponsors, donations, any and all?
It is any and all. I mean, I would imagine almost every nonprofit you talk to, our number one need is for monetary donations.
Right.
So financial support lets us pay the rent, pay staff to train and supervise volunteers, and to send them thank you notes and things like that.
Yeah.
We love supply donations. That's what stocks the shelves of the free store.
Is yours set up whereby if you get a monetary donation, you've paid the rent and the light bill and everything else, do you have a way to buy supplies maybe at a bigger discount than other people would get? I mean, does money go further than the donation of supplies?
It does. I'm glad you brought that up. So for every 25 cents we spend, we get about $1 worth of school supplies. Yeah. So the Tools for Schools backpack program, for example, all the supplies in the backpacks are new. They are not donated by folks who are dropping off gently used supplies. They're all brand new. Every child at the school has exactly the same stuff. Maybe they get a different color backpack, but it's all exactly the same, and that's all purchased new.
Too.
And so we're able to take those sponsors' contributions and turn them into, this year it was about $800,000 worth of the value of the supplies and the volunteer time that went into the program.
Impressive. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's really nice to be a part of that.
Yeah. How long have you been there, Alice?
I've been there since September.
Oh,
so
really?
I'm the new executive director.
Yeah. And I heard a rumor you may be possibly moving, relocating.
Oh, we're definitely relocating, yes.
Okay.
We have been housed by Portland Public Schools for almost our entire history, and just recently had to start paying rent.
That makes it tough.
Which makes it tough, but also we've been told that we are going to have to move next year.
Oh, dear. Okay.
As the population increases and more students come into Portland Public Schools, they need more space. We get it, and we're starting to look now. So if anybody
has a really
awesome
inexpensive or a free
space.
place they want to let you use, so you'd need warehouse space, office space, and the store space.
Yes, space for volunteers to work. So we need about 10,000 square feet.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be classy. It just has to be kind of safe and convenient.
Okay. No, no, we won't worry about the classy aspect. We'll just find you something safe and convenient. Anything else that we should know about Schoolhouse Supplies, because we're just about out of time?
I also wanted to mention our Schoolhouse Supplies online program, which is a program that allows us to bring in a little bit of money now. Maybe it'll bring in more in the future. And that's a program where if a school participates, parents at that school can go online near the beginning of the school year and with a click order their student supply list, and all those supplies will be waiting on that child's chair when they arrive on the first day of school.
So how does that work then? Are you talking about kids that are the kids that don't have the supplies, or are you talking about?
Yeah, so schools that don't participate in the Tools for Schools backpack program, schools where parents do have the resources to pay for their kids' school supplies, we provide the service as a convenience to them.
Oh, okay.
So it's a kit of the school supplies that your child's teacher has put on the supply list for that year.
So just as a convenience, but then would you make a little bit of money off
Make
of that
a little
to
bit of
help,
money,
help
and
somebody who
it-
doesn't have the supplies?
That's right.
Okay, got it, get it.
It's another way
Yeah.
we raise funds
That's great.
to
Yeah.
support the free store.
So even if you don't have time to volunteer, you don't have time to, gather donations or, that kind of thing, you can easily go online. If you got that little extra that you can give, I mean, that's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
And it saves you time.
Well, if you were planning on purchasing your child's school supplies, then this is a very convenient way to do it.
Yeah, I think that will appeal to a lot of people. Great. Thank you so much, Alice. I appreciate it. You make it easy to participate, I think, in Schoolhouse Supplies by all these different opportunities, and you're obviously doing amazing work in the community. So, and good luck on finding a new spot.
Thank you.
You bet. Thanks so much for watching Community Hotline. Another opportunity for you to really make a difference in your community. And remember, as a company, you can have a great opportunity to do some team building and to help out your community too. So check out their website. I'm Monica Weitzel. We'll see you here next week on Community Hotline.
Coming here to shoot my documentary was more than I ever would have dreamed of doing.
This is a community media station.
It was phenomenal.
Ready, camera one.
What is it about this place that makes so many different people come together?
Ready, camera two.
Very professional, experienced people.
You can use these industry standard pieces of equipment.
Ready, camera three. Take three.
You don't have to be rich to do this.
Open people's eyes to something they've never even thought of before.
Cool stuff happens. It becomes this community.
That's going to really change who's telling the stories and who's controlling the messaging.